If your cat sleeps curled up at your feet, you've probably wondered, why there? Why not on your pillow, right against your face, or on your chest like in all those cute videos online? The answer isn't what most people think, and it says a lot more about your relationship than it seems at first. Let's break this down, one piece at a time. First, why the feet and not the chest? Think about Sophia and her cat Mel. Every night, Mel could choose any spot in the house, the couch, the armchair by the heater, even Sophia's lap while she watches TV. But when it's time to sleep, it's always the same thing. Mel climbs onto the bed and settles right on top of Sophia's feet under the blanket. Across town, Diego goes through something similar with his cat Simba, who ignores the rest of the mattress and curls up right around Diego's ankles every single night without fail. This isn't random. The feet sit at the far end of the bed, the part farthest from the face and hands, which means the cat gets a clear view of almost the entire room, including the door, without being directly exposed in front of the owner's body. Sleeping on the chest or near the face requires almost total trust, because there the cat is surrounded, without a quick escape route. The feet give exactly what an animal that still carries the instincts of both hunter and prey needs: closeness with safety, without giving up vigilance. Second, is it about space, or is it about affection? Here's the part most people miss. It isn't one or the other. It's both at the same time. A cat that only wanted warmth or empty space would have dozens of better options around the house. The dishwasher's warm top, clothes fresh out of the dryer, the sofa heated by afternoon sun. Mel had all of that available and still chose Sophia's feet. That shows the deciding factor isn't pure physical comfort. It's closeness to one specific person, within a distance the cat considers safe. Research on attachment between cats and humans, including studies published from 2019 onward, shows that many cats form bonds with their owners similar to the kind of attachment babies form with caregivers. Sleeping at the feet is an in-between version of that attachment, close enough to feel your presence, far enough to stay in control of the situation. Third, could it just be about temperature? Everyone's heard this explanation. He sleeps at your feet because it's warmer there. That makes sense. The feet are under the covers and do get warm. But if that were the whole story, the behavior should change completely in summer when nobody's cold under the sheets. And it doesn't. Many cats keep seeking out the owner's feet even on hot nights, even with a fan running, even when there are cooler spots in the house. That tells us warmth is a bonus, not the main reason. The main reason is positional. The feet represent constant physical contact. The cat feels every time you move, roll over, or change your breathing without needing to be in a vulnerable spot on your body. Fourth, why does this position seem so strategic? Marco, another cat owner, noticed a curious pattern in his cat Tigra. The animal almost always sleeps facing the bedroom door, right at the foot of the bed. That's not decoration, it's vigilance. Even the most pampered indoor cats carry behavioral instincts from ancestors who were both predator and prey. In feral cat colonies, it's common for group members to take turns resting and keeping watch near one another. That instinct doesn't disappear just because a cat lives in an apartment and eats premium food. By positioning himself at your feet, facing the bedroom door, the cat manages to stay in physical contact with you, keep an eye on the entrance to the room, and react quickly if something seems out of place. In other words, he doesn't choose the feet purely out of affection. He chooses that spot because it works like a guard post with comfort built in. Fifth, is the cat actually protecting you? A lot of people ask this, and the answer is partly yes, just not in the heroic way internet videos make it seem. The cat isn't thinking about protecting you from a break-in, but by staying alert at the base of the bed, he lowers his own anxiety about sleeping in an open space. And as a bonus, any strange movement, a noise in the house, someone approaching the door, gets picked up by him first. Feline behavior specialists call this shared vigilance. The cat splits the job of keeping watch with the person sleeping beside him, even if you never notice it happening. Sixth, if he trusts me, why doesn't he sleep right on my face? Good question. And the answer has to do with physics, not trust. A person's head and chest move a lot during sleep. We roll over, we snore, we pull the blanket, we shift position. For a small animal, sleeping there is uncomfortable and unpredictable. He could get an accidental elbow or be crushed if you suddenly turn. The feet, for most of the night, move a lot less. It's a more stable, more predictable surface while still being connected to your body. So when a cat chooses the feet over the chest, he isn't rejecting closeness. He's choosing the balance point between being near you and actually managing to sleep without getting knocked around. Seventh, does the cat's body position change the meaning? Yes, and it's worth paying attention to. A cat that curls into a tight little ball on top of your feet, paws tucked in, body closed off, is in a defensive posture, a sign that he feels comfortable enough to sleep near you, but still keeps a layer of caution. A cat that stretches out almost sprawled across your feet, belly exposed, legs loose, sometimes even upside down, is showing the opposite. Total relaxation. Showing the belly is considered one of the clearest signs of emotional security in cats, precisely because it's the most vulnerable part of their body. So, next time you notice how your cat sleeps at your feet, curled up or sprawled out, you'll already know how to read more precisely the level of comfort he feels with you in that moment. Eighth, does this change over time? Yes, and it usually changes for the better. Owners commonly report that in the first months of living together, the cat slept far away in another room or at the foot of the bed in a more tense, alert way. As the months pass, sometimes years, that same cat starts moving closer, first up to shin level, then up to the knee, and in some cases eventually migrating all the way up near the face. Sophia experienced exactly this with Mel. In the first year, the cat always slept at the very edge of the bed. Today, 4 years later, most nights Mel sleeps curled up against Sophia's arm. The foot spot is often not the final destination. It's one stage in a trust-building process that keeps deepening over time. Ninth, what if, out of nowhere, he stops sleeping at your feet? That deserves attention. Cats are creatures of habit, and when a pattern that's repeated for months or years suddenly changes, there's usually a reason. It could be physical. Pain, discomfort, or the start of a health problem often lead cats to isolate themselves, since instinctively they hide signs of weakness. If an older cat who always slept with you suddenly prefers to sleep alone, it's worth mentioning to a vet. It could be environmental, a new pet, rearranged furniture, a new person in the house, renovations. Cats are sensitive to changes in their territory, even ones that seem small to us. And it could be emotional. If something startled the cat in that specific spot, a loud noise, a scare, an argument at home, he might link that place with discomfort and avoid it for a while. 10th. So, in the end, what does all this mean? It means sleeping at your feet was never a small detail. It's not about the most comfortable spot available, and it's not just about warmth. It's the combination of closeness, vigilance, physical predictability, and above all, trust, just in a more cautious version than sleeping pressed against your chest. If your cat sleeps at your feet, He's making an active choice every single night to stay close to you even though he has other options. And if over time you notice that position changing, moving closer, or suddenly moving away, now you know that's your cat telling you something in the quiet way only he knows how.